What's going on, guys? It is Bernardo, and today is part 4 of our mini series dealing with Proxmox and configuring it with pfSense. So let's get right into it. All right, so part 4 of us configuring pfSense. I have my little notepad right here with my notes, and it's basically configuring the network with the LAN and WAN, right? I think the last video we left off here, the machine was rebooting. Um, Once it reboots, it's actually going to give you the wizard. And the first question is, should VLANs be set up now? Now, I typically do not set VLANs here. I like to set up the VLANs on the portal. I entered N for no, and I hit enter. Enter the WAM interface, name, or A for auto detection. I typically like to type it in, and I did VTNet0, and I hit enter. And for the LAN, it is going to be VTNet1. So that's what I typed in and I hit enter. Awesome. So my WAM and my LAN interfaces are configured. Do I want to proceed? I basically typed in Y for yes and hit enter, and it's configured. Now, the WAM and the LAN is automatically configured with DHCP, and it's going to assign an IP address for you on the LAN level. By default, it gives you 192.168.1.1 with a subnet of 24, and the WAM is automatically going to grab an IP address from your router or modem or whatever you have. So I want to actually do static IP addresses. I don't want to do DHCP, and also I want to disable IPv6 on the WAM. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get into set interfaces IP address, which is number 2. So just type in number 2 and hit enter here. And which interface you want to configure first. Now I'm going to hit 1 because I want to configure the WAM interface first, and I'm going to hit enter. Configure the IPv4 IP address for the WAM interface. I am actually going to do N for no and hit enter. And enter the IP address. Now, the IP address that I'm going to enter will be the following, which is the same IP address that the DHCP provided. I just want to make it static, and I'm going to hit enter here. Beautiful. And for the subnet, I am going to do a 24 and hit enter. And for the gateway will be this 192.168.1.1. Hit enter. And I don't want to configure IPv6, so I'm going to hit N for no and hit enter. And into the new WAM IPv6 address. Again, I don't want anything, so hit enter for none. Now, do you want to revert the HTTP protocol for the web configurer? I'm going to hit Y and hit enter. It's going to start reloading, and eventually it's going to give you this, which is great. Hit enter to continue, and then you're back here. Now, my WAM is already configured with a static. It's not a DHCP IP address. It is static, which is great. Now, we're going to configure the WAM. I want to change the WAM to something else. So again, we are going to enter 2 and hit enter. And we're going to enter 2 again because we are going to be configuring the LAN. So hit enter. And provide an IP address for your LAN. This is the IP address that I am going to be using, and I'm going to hit enter. For the subnet, I am going to do a 24, and I'm going to hit enter here. For the gateway, I am going to enter the following gateway and hit enter. I'm not going to do IPv6, so hit enter here for none. And do you want to enable the DHCP server for the LAN? I am going to actually do Y and hit enter. Now enter the start IP address for the IPv4 clients. So I'm going to enter the following. I want it to start from 10.10.10.10, and then the in range would be the following. So up to 254. That's a lot. Once you enter your IPv4 in address, we're going to hit enter here. And it's going to start reloading the filter, the routing configuration, the DHCP services, and then bam, good. So it's actually going to provide the web URL that allows you to enter to the pfSense portal. We're going to be using this, and let me look at my notes, in part 5 to finish the configuration on the web portal side. But for now, it looks like we're good. We're going to hit enter to continue, and that's it. So we configure our WAM and LAN configured it with static IP addresses. I changed the default for my LAN, which was 192.168.1.1 to the following 10.10.10.1 with a subnet of 24. And that's it for part 4. Stay tuned for part 5, which we are going to log into the pfSense portal and then finish off the configuration. And that's it. And I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.